Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Big CoinsKid cruise. So on the DXY, which we keep an eye on to add confluence to, what we were anticipating for Bitcoin and, long, short, whatever, support, resistance, buy, sell, whatever. We try and look at the DXY to find confluence in our moves, basically. And we've been riding this like an absolute boss. The only thing that went against us was this initial breakdown just there for the DXY. This is where I said to you at that time, I think Bitcoin's going to break out, but it didn't because of the FTX fallout and the black swan, in my opinion, which is what it was. It was a sort of final flush down, and at that point the DXY broke this level of support here, this massive bearish pattern, and it did begin to break down towards a technical target, which was all the way down there, made it like a boss, come up, made a lower high, then it's had a thrust down which has lost that low, so technically that's a bearish statement from the DXY, and then it's had this retracement coming back up to this high, still making a lower high, and right now it looks as though it's turning the corner again, doesn't it? So I'm trying to find confluence in the charts here. I think that the DXY is caught in a massive correction, and like I said to you, everyone was getting ultra bullish on the dollar just there, but I said to you, once you break this parabola, you come up confirming resistance, it's just confluence of the fact that you're coming down the stairs for the DXY, and it's confluence of the fact that I thought that this move here coming down for the DXY would be a very fruitful time for crypto and risk on assets. Well, in this leg here, in this down leg here, we've seen Apple make a new all-time high, we've seen the S&P 500 break out of that resistance structure, and it's now saying potentially it's in a massive wave 3, which in theory should put in a new all-time high on the S&P 500 as well. We've got the Russell, which is closely related to Bitcoin, which is creating a massive reversal pattern. It's doing relatively well as well. So, I can't see anything that's really bearish at the moment for Bitcoin. That's the truth of it. The only thing I do see is a big correction that the DXY is in right now, because this massive parabolic break, you can clearly see on the way up here, we've got all this parabolic break resistance, and one key resistance that we, broken through right there, and without backtesting is that level there, around about 99,363. So I don't necessarily think that crypto's cooked until we potentially get to that level at least. Okay, so what I'm looking for, and I've gone through this with you many times on the DXY, is when you start to break this massive parabolic move, you do usually have 3 trend line touches on this downtrend, before you start to create the reversal pattern and come back up the stairs. So we've got the 1 there, the 2 there, and the 3 there, reversal structure, boom, start to come back up. Okay, so we've got the 1 there, we've got the 2 there, so I'm looking for some kind of third point of contact in this downtrend and this massive correction that the DXY is going through, possibly by the end of the year here, early next year, who knows, but I'm looking for the third point of contact on this trend line before I can say, okay, we need to sort of reevaluate a position in crypto right now, and especially Bitcoin, because the DXY looks as though it's reversing. So I still think that the DXY is potentially caught in a massive correction, and you could effectively, you see this little leg here, this could be this little leg here, okay, for the DXY. So at the moment what I'm looking for is confluence of the Bitcoin bottom being in, basically, as a DXY being toppy. So if you remember way back here when we had this sort of big push up for the DXY, at this point when we start to come back down and close below these EMAs here, especially 55, this is where I said to you, I'm getting a confirmation that the correction's in for Bitcoin, and it's going to put in a massive impulsive move, and and it did. It's not bullshit, it's not hopium. If we drop the Bitcoin price scale in here, you can clearly see we've been riding these waves like an absolute boss for Bitcoin just there. Once this topped out, this correction coming back up the stairs, everyone was super bullish, but at this point this was the optimal entry point to come back into Bitcoin as this begins to break down like this. So right now, if you take a look at this correction that we've gone through from this top here, adding confluence to the charts, okay, that Bitcoin was looking toppy, was the reversal pattern on the DXY, which I said to you at the time, it's creating a series of high lows. You've got some kind of compression pattern. This is not a good time to be buying Bitcoin, because Bitcoin looks as though it's in a correction. So until we start to see, what we've seen here for the DXY, where it begins to break down and lose EMAs, pretty much like what we're doing right now in a big reversal structure, then we need to see that before we can start to jump up and down to the fact that the Bitcoin bottoms in. So you can clearly see here we've got this sort of double top drop right now that we're looking, sort of bearish corrective pattern on the DXY. We've got the technical target which is in right now, and equally this red line, what you've done here is consolidation, broke out like that, and you've not back tested that red line. So this could be acting confluence for Bitcoin, the fact that leg was the bottom of the correction. Okay, so what we're looking for the DXY is a complete breakdown here, lose a structure, lose support, and most importantly lose that white line. I think that that's your minimal target, and it could lead to the fact that that is your bottom. That's some kind of retest, and right now Bitcoin's looking to do that. Okay, so again, I honestly don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. I've not got a crystal ball, but it's just confluence in the charts right now that we could be gearing up for a massive move for Bitcoin. We've got Apple telling us, the fact that it's broken that all-time high when people least expected it. I think a lot of people was looking at some kind of big sort of mania, depression, you know, stock market crash, oblivion, you know, Armageddon type scenario this year. But, you know, with the DXY, like I said to you, when people are really, really bearish at this point here, this was the absolute time to be bullish on risk on assets, because this is a massive crash and correction in the DXY. And that's exactly what we're seeing, okay? So it's not bullshit, it's not hopium. At the moment, we've got this double top drop scenario on the DXY. So at the moment, I would not necessarily be looking for Bitcoin to lose them lows. This is why I'm adding to my positions. Like I said to you, there's confluence in the charts. This is why I'm building long positions. We've bounced like a boss off the God candle as well. So right now, I think that the DXY is still caught in this correction. So I don't see any reason to sort of get too bearish on Bitcoin just yet, okay? So there's a couple of possibilities here. You know, I'm not a permabull or whatever, and I'll show you again. I'll drop the Bitcoin chart in there. There's a couple of possibilities for Bitcoin that this is some kind of macro A, a B, and a C. So what we've got here is some kind of A, some kind of B, some kind of C. You know, this is the top of DXY. So this is the top of the DXY, and this is the bottom of Bitcoin, which will offer an amazing opportunity. That absolutely exists as a possibility right now. But what we've got is a clear level of confluence right now, and this is some kind of top pattern coming back down the stairs. And right now we've found a lovely little bottom coming up, retesting and looking to come back up the stairs for Bitcoin, okay? So I don't necessarily think we'll sweep these lows, and I could be completely wrong, but the reason is the confluence is right now we've got this sort of reversal structure in the DXY. So in theory, this should start to come back up. Now if this does come back up and makes a lower high to that, and then this bounces off this support, potentially 102.11, where you've got this breakout like this coming back to support, and you begin to come back up, then I would say, okay, you got an A, B, C correction just there. And what we've got for the Bitcoin as well is the A, the B, and the C. So, you know, squeaky bum time. We've not got an absolute confirmation that the bottom is in, and obviously all possibilities exist. But, you know, right now, whilst everyone's ultra bearish on Bitcoin, I'm still adding to my positions. I'm still in a long position on Bitcoin as well. I'm looking to ride it back up. And I think, like I said to you, we need to keep an eye on charts as well, like the S&P 500, the Apple, the Russell, the Dow, you know, the Nasdaq. They're all doing relatively well, aren't they? Exactly the same time the DXY's rolling over a little bit. So, you know, there's absolutely zero guarantees, but so far so good. We're getting that big impulsive move, aren't we, into 2023? So once we get this correction out of the way, which I think it is a correction, to be honest with you, and once the DXY gets its correction out of the way as well, which it possibly could have done already, then we're in for a really, really good time, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, but good luck going forward, okay? I wish everyone the utmost luck going forward. Take care. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye-bye.